This is the AI News Flash for July 14th, 6 p.m. UTC. But first up, Apple is in talks with PrismML, a startup whose technology shrinks large AI models so they can run directly on an iPhone. PrismML is a Caltech-born startup that uses its own compression method, cutting weights down to a single bit or to 3 values. It says it squeezed Alibaba's Qwen 3.6 from about 54 gigabytes to under 4 gigabytes, more than a 90% reduction, with no claimed performance loss. The company says the compressed models use 10 to 15 times less memory, generate responses 6 to 8 times faster, and consume 3 to 6 times less energy. CEO Babak Hasibi told CNBC that Apple and other companies are right now evaluating its models for speed and energy efficiency. If server-class models can run fully on the device-on-device AI that combines privacy with responsiveness suddenly looks within reach. Next, Wall Street's biggest banks see an AI investment supercycle set to boost mergers, acquisitions, and financing, Reuters reports. Massive spending on data centers, power, chips, and real estate is generating waves of demand for advisory, lending, trading, and wealth management. Goldman Sachs said on the 14th that quarterly net revenue hit a record $20.3 billion, up 39% from a year earlier, while net earnings jumped 78% to $6.6 billion. Large company M&A rose 90% in the first half of 2026, with Goldman advising on $1.2 trillion of deals, a roughly $425 billion lead over its nearest rival. Bank of America's investment banking fees also rose 50% to $2.1 billion in the second quarter. Morgan Stanley pegs 2026 AI capital spending at $740 billion, meaning the very act of building AI infrastructure has become a new growth engine for Wall Street. Third, as Alphabet, Microsoft, Meta, and Amazon spend nearly $700 billion this year building AI data centers, they are turning to military veterans to fill thousands of jobs. The staffing firm Salute Mission Critical has already trained more than 10,000 veterans and plans to hire over 10,000 more in the next 3 years. Microsoft offers an 8-week training program for critical environment technicians, paying a $20 an hour stipend during training. The roles demand electrical, mechanical maintenance, and HVAC skills, and the construction industry is projected to be short 349,000 workers in 2026 and 500,000 in 2027. About 1 in 5 electricians is already over the age of 55. AI's headline story looks like chips and models, but securing the skilled tradespeople who actually build the sites has become a hidden bottleneck of the investment boom. Fourth, the biggest barriers to AI-powered cybercrime are disappearing. Axios reports, AI is handing capabilities once reserved for elite criminal groups and nation-states to relatively unsophisticated attackers and small states. Still, GuidePoint research finds that catastrophic AI-native attacks have not materialized, and AI is being used as a productivity tool that lowers the cost of repeatable tasks attackers already did. The extortion model is also shifting away from encrypting data toward pure data theft and the threat of exposure. According to Checkpoint, ransomware activity surged 48% in May. Experts say the near-term threat is not some flashy AI doomsday attack, but existing attacks becoming cheaper, faster, and far more numerous. Finally, California has enacted a law ensuring that public K-12 instruction is led by humans and not replaced by AI. EdSource reports, as generative AI spreads rapidly through classrooms, the measure is a guardrail against handing the teacher's role over to machines. Idaho's SB 1227 similarly bars AI from replacing human teachers, part of a broader wave of state-level regulation. Just a day earlier, Anthropic launched a free version of Claude for certified teachers, showing that adoption of education AI is advancing too. Promotion and regulation are now running side by side. That's all for this AI News Flash.